Viewing life from a hearse, it could be worse. Laugh, think, and cry with the country undertaker.
This is Bruce Goddard, and you're listening to the View from a Hearse podcast. The following episode is a Bruce Goddard production, created, written, recorded, edited, and produced by yours truly, Bruce Goddard. The sound bites from Barney Fife were collected, spliced, and edited from various episodes of The Andy Griffith Show, created by Sheldon Leonard, Aaron Rubin, and Danny Thomas. After many attempts, I finally got in touch with Barney Fife's agent in Mayberry. Barney is supposed to know I'm coming, but I'm a little early, so I'm going to surprise him. I wanted to bring him a gift, so I stopped on the way outside of town and bought him one.
Hello, Juanita. Barn. Yeah. What do you mean, why am I talking so softly? I always talk softly to you, Juanita. Oh, you don't want me to do that now, do you? Oh. Yeah, I'm all alone. All right. Nita. Juanita.
Oh, you're funny, aren't you? Oh, you're real funny. You ought to get a cane and a cigar and work a carnival.
I'm sorry, Deputy Fife. I didn't mean to surprise you. Sounds like you were talking to your woman there.
She's a real all-American girl.
I bet she is an all-American girl. Juanita sure sounds like a wholesome name.
That's a cute name, isn't it?
The way you were talking, I think you like her a lot. You did get word I was coming, didn't you?
Oh, well, I knew that.
I always wanted to meet you. I called your agent and set up a meeting with you. Just so you know, I'm a big fan. I think I've watched all the Andy Griffith shows. I watched most of the episodes in my funeral home, to tell you the truth.
Can you just imagine that?
Thinking about what to bring you as a gift for your time today. It's hard to buy for a man that has everything, so I stopped at a fruit stand outside of town on the Mount Pilot Road, and I bought you this gift. I hope you like it.
Just had to have an apple, huh?
Everybody loves apples, don't they? When I was driving in a while ago, I saw no red lights. It reminded me of Reynolds, Georgia. I was a little confused at the four-way stop coming into town. I thought I knew the rules, but apparently in Mayberry, you use different driving rules. I didn't know what to do at the stop sign. Thought I knew how to drive, but now I'm wondering.
You're about to take your driver's test.
I didn't come here to take a driver's test. I was just making a comment about what I experienced coming in. I just really wanted to meet you and talk to you.
Here, it's a car for the test. Now, this is an intersection with stop signs all around. Now, we both pull up to the intersection, me from the south and you from the west at the very same time.
Okay, that's exactly what happened to me a few minutes ago. The man on the left pulled out in front of me.
Now, when you both pull up the intersection at the very same time, the driver on your right has the right of way.
I know all that, but that's not happening in Mayberry. At least it wasn't happening when I was at that four-way stop sign a few minutes ago.
Let's see how you do on this one. Now, this is a highway. You're going along behind me. Now, you want to pass me because you're in a hurry. Now, what do?
I honked the horn a bunch of times, give you a small bump from behind, and take off past you.
You flunked that one.
I'm sure I did. But again, I didn't come here to take a driver's test. I just want to get to know you. In preparing to come here, I looked at some crime statistics and several charts I found on the internet, and I noticed this town has more crime than I thought. When you watch on TV, all you see is stuff like jaywalking and someone making a U-turn or somebody drinking too much moonshine. The charts I saw simply didn't back that up.
So that's all I am, huh? Just a figure on a chart.
No, I didn't mean that at all, but when I look at the information on the chart, Barney, I see a deputy sheriff box who really hasn't gotten much done as far as protecting the citizens from bad people.
You're so wrapped up in your books and your charts that you're ignorant about people. And you want to know something else? I ain't going to stand by and see this happen.
I'm not ignorant about people, I don't think. I just looked at some statistics in preparing to come here.
You completely ignore the fact that I'm a human being.
Well, I know you're a human being. I get that. I just want to make sure you know from what I've read, the calm town of Mayberry depicted on TV doesn't seem to be true.
All I know is the situation around here is desperate.
So it is desperate. Maybe I was right about what I saw. I wasn't expecting you to admit that.
Everywhere you look in this town is just carelessness and indifference.
I gotta tell you, I did notice when I was walking in the office here, I saw a lady walk in the alley, and she looked kind of funny, so I stuck my head and watched her when she went in the alley, and all of a sudden I noticed she was changing out of her dress, and I almost said, my goodness, what's going on here? Then I looked and I realized it was a man. That really shocked me, especially in Mayberry.
What's the matter? Have you ever seen a man take off a dress before? Well, it's all right. You wear your uniform, and I'll wear my uniform.
Actually, I haven't been here before, but I never thought I would see that first in Mayberry, of all places.
Everywhere you look in this town is just carelessness and indifference.
Well, what do you think should be done about the carelessness and indifference? It starts with the kids, doesn't it?
Going around breaking street lamps. City property, mind you.
Do the kids really do that a lot here?
Yeah, well, today's 8-year-olds are tomorrow's teenagers.
Now, that's true. That's a profound statement. Wow. I don't think I've ever thought of it like that. What will they do next?
Next thing you know, they'll be on motorcycles and wearing them leather jackets and zooming around. Take over the whole town, a reign of terror.
My gosh. Sounds like something has to be done. You're the deputy sheriff. What are you going to do?
I say this calls for action, and now, nip it in the bud.
Barney, you would not only make a good sheriff to replace Andy one day, but you should run for president to keep our kids in line.
First sign of youngsters going wrong, you got to nip it in the bud. You go read any book you want on the subject of child discipline, and you'll find that every one of them is in favor of bud nipping. Only one way to take care of it. Nip it.
Yep, nip it in the bud. Speaking of kids going wrong and nipping it in the bud, if you had a group of boys in here right now who have been shooting out street lights, what would you tell them? I'd like to hear that. Give me the speech you would give to them.
I'd like to say something if you don't mind. This is important. Now, boys, I'd like to just add a word or two so as to make everything absolutely clear. I think it's only fair to warn you that if you keep on getting into trouble and breaking the law, it can only lead to one thing: incarceration. Now, I know none of you likes the idea of being incarcerated. The idea does scare you a little bit, doesn't it? Now, boys, if you'll just step over here a minute. Boys, these are our maximum security cells. This is where convicted persons are inoculated.
Inoculated? You mean incarcerated, I hope.
This is the last stop on the road of crime. A man confined to prison is a man who has given up his liberty, his pursuit of happiness. No more carefree hours. No more doing whatever you want, whenever you want. No more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. All his activities laid out for him until he has paid his debt to society. It began one fine day on a street corner when he broke a street lamp. Where did it all end? Right here. Yes, take a good look, boys. Because it definitely is no fun when that iron door clangs shut on you.
Barney, I'm just curious, what are the rules in this jail? What are the rules you always enforce here?
First rule is obey all rules. Secondly, do not write on the wall, as it takes a lot of work to erase writing off of walls.
That is certainly simple, that's for sure. Barney, I think you just locked yourself in the cell.
I'm just trying to make it more authentic.
I don't see the keys on the nail on the wall where they always are on TV.
Open this door.
Barney, how am I going to open the door? I can't believe you just did that.
Come all the way down here just to hold me up to ridicule.
I didn't come here to embarrass you or humiliate you. You locked yourself in the jail cell.
All right, come back over here.
I'm coming. Okay, I see the keys on the table over here. I hope you don't do that again. I'm not sure what you would have done if I was not here.
Sheriff's office. Yes, this is Barney boy.
This is an official telephone to be used only for official business. I will see you at 8 o'clock tonight.
Barney, you are something else. Barney, you're not getting sick, are you? You look a little puffy in your eyes.
Got me worried is I got a virus cold coming on. Sure hope the bug don't get down in my larynx.
Did you say in the larynx?
The larynx.
What do you take for that?
That's honey and water. All the big singers use it. Nelson Eddy, Tex Ritter, Ferlin Husky, all of them.
Barney, changing the subject, but I never heard you speak of your political persuasion. We have a big election coming up in the United States soon.
So you want to know how I'm going to vote?
No, I don't care about how you're going to vote. I didn't mean to ask you personal business. Some people are outspoken and about their candidates. I just wonder if you spoke publicly about your political leanings.
You want to know how I'm going to vote?
Okay, well, I understand that. What do you think about the weather here in Mayberry, Barney? I don't think you're getting sick because of that, are you? Has it been bad lately? Sure is a nice day today, though.
Yeah, it is a nice day for a change.
Are you seeing global warming in North Carolina?
You noticed how the weather's been changing generally around the country? You know, the winters are milder. It's not near as hot in the summer.
So I guess you see global cooling.
Yeah, everybody talks about the weather. Nobody does anything about it.
Now, that's the truth. I guess you're right about that.
You know who said that? Calvin Coolidge.
Now, I think Mark Twain said that.
Are you sure? Well, Mark Twain got it from Calvin Coolidge. Well, what did Calvin Coolidge say?
Calvin Coolidge said nothing in the world can take the place of persistence.
I know Calvin Coolidge didn't say that.
Oh, yes, he did. I believe he did. You can look that up.
I don't care.
It's all in the history books, you know.
You're just talking about my very best subject in high school. I got a straight B- in it. It's amazing how that stuff stays with you. Once you learn something, it never leaves you. It stays locked up tight right in the old noodle.
Okay.
Ask me something. Anything at all about history, just ask me.
Have you ever heard of the Gettysburg Address?
Just happens I know the whole Gettysburg Address. I had to study it for a test and I never forgot it.
Are you sure?
Here, I'll show you. Hold the book on me.
I bet you a Coca-Cola you can't quote it.
Okay, Gettysburg Address. First line of the Gettysburg Address.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Give me the first word. I know the rest of it.
Four.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Four.
S. Huh? Score.
For score?
Score.
For score.
And a number.
Huh?
Number.
It's a number.
What?
7.
Well, which is it?
7 years is actually 87 years.
87 years?
No, it adds up to 87 years. Lincoln said 7 in the speech.
7 years ago?
Yeah.
7 years. 4 score.
Hour. Hour fa.
Ow. Fa. 7 years ago, our fa.
Like through open.
Through open. 7 years ago, our fathers threw open.
Brought forth up. Okay, you think you got it?
Up. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth up.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
You owe me a bottle of pop.
Well, that was very good. What's your favorite day of the week, Barney?
Well, on Sunday I kind of let go.
You usually eat at Aunt Bee's house on Sundays, don't you? I know she feeds you good. How do you stay so slim?
Of course, I'm kind of one of them lucky people, Yeah. Everything I eat goes right to muscle. Look at there.
Yeah.
Hard. Just like a washboard.
Barney, on TV, you don't seem to be too good with firearms, but I know in real life you are. Have you got any pointers for me about how to handle a gun?
Yes, sir.
Would you mind showing me?
Removing a gun from the holster, you do it smoothly and safely. And when you return it to the holster, you repeat the process smoothly and safely. Out smoothly and safely. Back smoothly and safely. You don't just jerk it out. That's dangerous. Smoothly and safely.
Barney, you were really good with guns.
You see, if you're not familiar with firearms, these babies can go off. Now.
Good Lord, Barney. You almost shot me. Now I see why Andy only gave you one bullet. I'm going to stay behind you, I can tell you that.
Oh, you're a clown, you are. Why don't you put a red light on your nose and go in the circus?
Okay, Barney, let's change the subject before I get shot. When I watched the show on TV, there were no cell phones, computers, or anything like that. How are you handling the new technology of today?
That stamp machine in the post office, that just frosted me.
Stamp machines are new technology, I suppose. We used to have to ask the postmaster for stamps, and now you can just put your money in a machine, and the machine will spit them out.
And I don't think it's right for the United States government to be transacting business through a slot machine.
Well, I guess you could see it that way. When you put the money in, you sure don't know if you will get the stamps. It's kind of like the government is supporting gambling, isn't it?
I sat down and wrote a letter to the Postmaster General about it. Yes, I did. I didn't mail it, though.
Why didn't you mail it?
I wouldn't buy a stamp from that machine.
Barney, I notice you have drank several cups of whatever you're drinking. What are you drinking? Can I have some of that?
You'll just love Sanka coffee.
Oh, I love Sanka coffee.
It gives you the best of the coffee bean. Aroma, flavor, but no caffeine.
Is that really just coffee? I smell something else.
Did you know that Sanka is 97% caffeine free?
No, I didn't know it was 97% caffeine free. But the question is it alcohol free? Is it moonshine free? That's the question. Barney, do you think Otis has spiked this coffee with the governor on the way?
The governor's coming here. Can you imagine that?
Why is the governor coming? Are you in trouble? You surely shouldn't be drinking this Sanka coffee.
Can you just imagine that? And the mayor and Andy both in on it. Oh boy. They want to humiliate me, embarrass me. And the mayor and Andy both standing there watching it. What do you say to that?
I say you better stop drinking that stuff. That's what I say.
Come all the way down here just to hold me up to ridicule. And why? Just because I did my duty, that's why. Can you imagine that? Well, I don't have to take that kind of treatment. I'm sick and tired of all the Weisenheimers snickering at me. I've had a belly full.
Maybe they're not snickering at you. Could you be imagining all this, Barney?
I just ain't gonna be around, that's what. I just ain't gonna give them the satisfaction.
What do you think you're going to do?
I'm gonna take the day off, that's what I'm gonna do.
What are you going to tell the governor about you not being here when he shows up?
You just tell him for me that Deputy Barney Fife regrets that he cannot meet with the governor as he has a few other fish to fry.
Oh, my, Barney.
Oh, am I not? I know why.
No.
But Barney Fife isn't gonna be here.
I think you're about to get in big trouble. That's what I think.
You can tell the governor to put that in his smiping folder.
I'm not going to tell him anything. What if he's coming here to congratulate you on a job well done and shake your hand?
Governor is coming here to shake my hand?
He could be.
Bless his heart.
Barney, let's take a break. You have drank way too much of this Sanka. I need to sober you up before the governor gets here. Well, you look better, Barney, but I want to make sure you're completely sober when the governor gets here. I'm going to give you a sobriety test.
It's a sobriety test. Now here, hold this in and I'll show you.
Is that a rope? What are you going to do with that? Please don't hang yourself, for heaven's sakes. Do you want me to jump rope? You're the one that has been drinking all that spiked Sanka, not me.
You'll have to jump. It's just that simple. Call for the doctor. Call for the nurse. Call for the lady with the alligator purse.
Good Lord, Barney. I think you've sobered up. I'm going to get out of here before the governor gets here. How about walking me out to my truck?
I'd like to say something if you don't mind. Please, honey. This is important.
You go right ahead, Barney. You say whatever you want.
This is the deputy sheriff talking.
Yep, I certainly realize that.
Do you see this badge?
Yes, I do.
It says that I'm sworn to uphold the law. Now, that's what I mean to do, and you've better respect it.
I understand that.
It's just as simple as that.
This is very simple, and I would expect nothing less, Barney.
You understand?
I do understand.
You take your truck and you get out of here.
Thanks, Barney. I enjoyed meeting you and get to know you. You're a little different than the man I got to know on the TV show. I have to tell you that.
Close the door, will you?
Okay, you get ready to see the governor. I think he's coming to town to shake your hand.
Oh, well, I like to wait for the official verification.
I understand, but you seem to be sober now. You should comb your hair and put on some fresh witch hazel and be ready when he gets here.
Well, just the same, I'd like to wait for the official verification.
Okay, but Andy and Floyd told me that he'll be here within the hour.
Now, are you going to get moving?
Okay, good luck, Barney.
Viewing life from a hearse, it could be worse. Laugh, think, and cry with the country undertaker.